is how do I pay off my mortgage quicker? How do I pay off my mortgage quicker? And this is actually it's almost a secret because the mortgage companies, they're not going to let you know about this because they want you to pay all 30 years on your mortgage. So most mortgages are on a 30-year note. So you're paying interest for 360 months. So that's a long time. It's a long time. But what you can do is there's this thing called a bi-weekly payment. And how this works is if you make a monthly payment, like on the 1st or the 15th, once that mortgage is paid off, you've paid 360 payments. That's how that works. And it's going to be paid off in 30 years, not anytime earlier, not anytime later. That's 30 years, okay? So there is this simple way called bi-weekly payments. Most people don't know about this. I would Google it, check it out, and this is really how it works. If you have a mortgage payment of $1,000 per month, now you can set this up with your mortgage company. Some mortgage companies charge you to do this. There's a reason they charge you to do this, because you're paying it off early. So let's say you have a mortgage that's $1,000 payment every month. What you can do is every 2 weeks apply $500 towards your mortgage. $500 every 2 weeks. So out of a 52-week year, you're actually making 26 $500 payments versus 12 full payments. So you're making 26 $500 payments versus 12 $1,000 payments. So at the end of a whole year, what you're really doing is you're making one extra mortgage payment in a year. Okay? So if you're making that one extra mortgage payment per year, you can take a 30-year mortgage and get that thing paid off. I think it's either 22 or 23 years. You can actually cut off about 6 or 7 years. It might even be more than that. Imagine that, going from a 30-year mortgage down to like a 22 or 23 to 24, 6, 7 years of mortgage, of having that mortgage paid off quicker. Like, that's awesome. Now, what I did this morning is I looked at like a $200,000 mortgage, 5%, just an average rate. I believe that this could work over in England as well. So it's just called a bi-weekly payment. You can Google bi-weekly payments, and most mortgage calculators have a bi-weekly payment option. Good question. So how this works is, if you want to pay that off early, call up your bank, call up your lender, and say, hey, I want to get set up on bi-weekly payments. And on a 30-year mortgage, let's say you're on a 15-year term. You can take a 15-year term down to 13, I believe. Okay. Now, to go even further in the process, this is what I did a few years ago. You can call up your mortgage company and ask for an amortization schedule, which is just a breakdown each month of how much you're paying for interest, how much you're paying for principal over a 30-year term. And then they'll send you an amortization schedule based on biweekly. And then you'll actually see when you start paying more when you're paying more principal than actually interest, because most mortgages start in the first 5-10 years. You're paying a ton of interest and not much principal. That's just how loans go. So if you want to pay it off even quicker, you could say, hey, send me an amortization schedule where I'm making biweekly payments, but I'm applying an extra $50 per pay period, or an extra $100 per pay period, and do like $50, $100, $200, because those aren't like real huge amounts. You could actually take a 30-year term down to 15, 16, 17, 18-year term just by applying like an extra $50 or $100 per month. So what would you do on a $200,000 loan at 5%? If you did biweekly payments, that's an extra $34,000 in your pocket. What would you do with an extra $34,000? That's pretty awesome. Like that would buy you a nice car. You got that in the money in the savings. You got your mortgage paid off free and clear. Some people are going to say don't pay off your mortgage. I disagree. If money is coming out of your account going into someone else's account, you are someone else's paycheck. Simple as that. If you owe someone money, they're counting on a paycheck from you because you're borrowing money. The quicker you pay off that debt, the better. So hopefully this helped. Again, called biweekly payments. action of the day, if you are let's see, my mortgage is 670 pounds a month, but I pay 1,000 pounds a month. Would biweekly payments help me even further? Yeah. It doesn't hurt to make a phone call and say, hey, I'd like to get set up on, it depends on the term. Really, it depends on the term. I don't know if you're on a 10 or 20 or 30-year term. I'm not sure what the traditional mortgage term is. Here in the U.S., it's 30. 30 years, that's normal. Some people do 15. So give them a call, and yeah, most people don't even know about this. It's a 35-year term. Okay, so most people don't even know this. When I worked for the bank, I would let my customers know about this, and they had no clue. There's a reason they don't have a clue. The banks and the mortgage company, they're not going to say, hey, you know, here's 5 less years that you don't have to pay on this. They want the full term. It's an income. It's a business. They want to make money, so they're not going to, you know, just advertise that. So which it makes sense because it's a business. So definitely look into that. And the quicker that you get out of mortgage debt, because that's usually most people's biggest payment, the quicker you get out of debt, the better. The quicker you get out of debt, the better. Okay.